Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Janelle, aka Miss Janelle Baby, here to do recaps of Real Housewives that we all love and maybe some other shows in the future. But for right now, we're focusing on Real Housewives. I did a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap last week. And today I'm here to discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac season premiere for season 9. I watched it a couple of days late. I'm not gonna lie. I usually stream it on Peacock because I don't have cable right now and I'm not really interested in cable. So Peacock is where I catch it at the next day. So I got to watch it and I wanted to take some notes and I really wanted to get in and discuss my thoughts on this episode. So I hope you've seen it already. If not, well, you can listen to it right here. But anyway, so the season 9 premiere starts off with a dramatic reenactment of Karen's DUI accident. So I guess someone was behind the wheel and they just had somebody replaying it as if it was Karen. So it basically says it was Tuesday, March 19, 2024. The time was 11:19 p.m. Karen is driving home from dinner. Then they show her driving along Oakland Drive at 11:42 p.m. And then as she's driving, you see her driving and then you see like a deer or some type of animal go by the car and you saw her like swerve off, look like to the right and swerve pretty much off the road. So I'm looking like, oh my gosh, that was a deer. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe it was an accident. Maybe that's why she ended up crashing because of the deer. But then it says at 11:50 p.m., Karen is taken into custody. So I'm looking like, hold up. So it wasn't the deer. So basically what happened was when I guess she had the accident and the police showed up and they did that breathalyzer thing. I guess that's when they hit her with the, excuse me, ma'am, please turn around and put your hands behind your back. Those are words you never want to hear from a cop, is put your hands behind your back. So I'm like, all right, so it was a DUI, Karen. You had that. They did that breathalyzer or whatever they did and determined that you were over the legal limit. And they was like, ma'am, please turn around and put your hands behind your back. You are under arrest. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law, Miss Hugo. So, yes. So now we get to 1 month later. So Giselle is driving and she's on FaceTime with Ashley. Is she on FaceTime? No, I think she was just talking to her, but on speaker. Because you hear Ashley's end of the conversation as well. So they're talking, and Giselle's pretty much telling Ashley she's on her way to pick up Karen because she haven't seen her in a while, and she want to catch up. Like, what's going on? You know, check in on her girl. So, side note, when they show Ashley in her confessional, why does Ashley always have her boobs out? Like literally her boobs are out every time you see her. Whenever you see Ashley, you're greeted by her boobs and then her face. It's like, girl, all right, we know you got your boobs done, you love your girls, but put them away, all right? We don't always want to see them, girl. So Giselle, she gets off the phone with Ashley and she arrives to pick up Karen now. So she asks Karen, basically, you know, she's about to take Karen wherever they're going. And she says to Ray, hey, Ray. She says, hey to Ray. Ray says, hey, Giselle. So she lets him know, Ray, today I'm driving Miss Karen, okay? Driving Miss Karen. So Ray like, thank you. So they say they buys or whatever. So they driving now. So she asks Karen, like, do you feel, like, uncomfortable driving past, like, the scene of the incident? Like, that location. So Karen, she doesn't really answer, but after a little brief pause, she's like, it's not that, I guess not that I'm triggered. That's the word, Giselle asked her would she be triggered, and I guess Karen was like, not so much triggered, but I'd rather not. So then Karen goes on, in her confessional to talk about the accident. And when I say talk about the accident, meaning not really giving us no information. So pretty much she just thanks God that the only thing that hurt right now was her. She said the only thing that was hurt was her ribs and her ankle. So she said, thank God for that. But pretty much she's not giving any info because it's still in litigation. So I do understand when you're in litigation for something, you can't really discuss the case. especially not on TV. So now they stop at the name of the place. Now I wrote down the name of the restaurant. It's the Tally Ho Restaurant Pizza Takeout. Pizza Carryout. That's what it is. Pizza Carryout. So they go inside and they order the Karen evidently knows the manager of the place. So they order the Karen special, as he calls it. He says the Karen special, which consists of French toast, bacon, and scrambled eggs. Sounds good to me. I'll take one. So they order the special. So now, as they order on the special, Karen orders a tea. She asks them if they have any green or black tea, and Giselle just orders water. So they talking about the DUI. Once again, Karen is saying, it's not much she can say, about it because it's still in litigation. By the way, when the French toast came out, it looked pretty good. That French toast looked good. So I will definitely, if I'm ever in Potomac, honey, and I stop at the Tally Ho Pizza and Restaurant, I definitely will be having the Karen special, okay? But anything, she says in her confessional, Karen says in her confessional now that everything she's been going through has contributed to, I guess, the night of the DUI. So she basically says, the grieving of losing both of her parents back to back, and then marital issues with Ray, all basically put her in that state of mind where she had the DUI. And it's sort of like, all right, I get how you can be stressed out, but to me, when you drink past your limit and you know that you had more than a drink or two, and you choose to get behind the wheel of a car, it's not no longer about what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You're involving other people and other people's safety. So I get that, Karen, but also it sounds like excuses to me. So we're going to show you some grace for right now, okay? So now the manager, he brings them some donuts. So Giselle was like, oh, why we get the donuts? So the manager's like, oh, because I love Karen. She's such a wonderful woman and a great woman. So he makes it his business to make it a point to let Giselle know that Karen has never ordered a drink there in his establishment. So Giselle's like, you don't serve alcohol. So he's like, what you think the ladies behind you are drinking? So they turn around to the ladies who was in the booth behind them, and the ladies is drinking, and they got their cups like cheers. Like, they holding their cups up like, baby girl, cheers. So she's like, oh, okay. So basically, Giselle was like, girl, bye. Like, in her mind, she's like, girl, bye. Karen, I paid that man to say that. And I agree. Karen, you paid that man to say that. And them women with the drinks was probably paid actresses as well. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody. You told that man in advance, I'm coming with my homegirl, Giselle. This is my first scene of the season. I want you to make sure you let her know I ain't never come here and have a drink. Girl, bye. Like, stop it. We don't believe you. We need more people. So now, Giselle wants to plan like a little something for Karen's birthday, which is coming up, which is her 61st birthday. Because remember last season, she turned triple 20. So, yeah, so she wants to plan that. So she's thinking, coming up with the people she's going to invite. She's saying she's inviting all of the girls, even Wendy. And then she's asking Karen, like, your friend Vivian, I would like to invite her. And Karen's like, all right, can I add on? So Karen is like, all right, if Vivian gonna come, then I want my girl, is it Brittany, the new girl? What's her name? Stacy. She wants to bring her friend Stacy now. And she lets us know Stacy and her go way back. She loves Stacy. Stacy's a family woman. And she was living in Philly, and now she's moving back to Potomac from Philly since her departure from QVC. So that's the new girl. So Karen, I guess, is going to bring her on. She's going to come on as Karen's friend, which is cool. When a new girl comes on, someone has to, roll them out. So now they start to talk about Mia and her situation with Ink. And Karen calls him DJ Applebox. And I didn't really get the joke, but I guess it's like saying because he's so short, he has to stand on an apple box to kiss her, maybe. I don't know. So they start going in on her, making jokes, saying how whenever they take a picture together, he's behind her and she's in front of him so that they look the same height because he's shorter than her. So it's like in the pictures, when you look at the picture and he's standing behind her, you can kind of see, all right, you can't really tell she's that much taller than him when they take the picture like that. Because when they side by side, God forbid if they kissing or something, baby, it looked like Amazonia. So yeah. So now basically, Giselle is saying basically how Mia's moving kind of fast, and the whole Gordon and ink thing, it's like out with one, in with the next, sort of like a revolving door. That's the term she used, revolving door. And I agree. So basically, that's the end of that scene. So the next scene is with, speaking of the devil, Miss Mia Thornton herself, honey. So she's with Gordon and the kids, and they're at, what's the name? Ice Cream Jubilee. I always catch the name of somewhere when they go. Whenever they go to a venue, I catch that name if they show it. And I catch what they order when they get there. I didn't catch the ice cream they ordered, though, because honestly, I wasn't too interested in the scene. But they was talking, and they were having flashbacks of their drama from last season when they was going at it. And the funny part when Gordon told her, look, you want to play games? Go to a carnival. That was funny to me, the way he came at her with that. He ate her up with that one, though. He did. So, side note, Mia, in your confessional, I do not like the blonde hair. I think you're a beautiful woman, but I think you look most beautiful with dark color hair. The blonde is just not you, girl. It makes your face look harder. So let's stick with the dark color hair. And I think the blonde kind of makes you look older, too. I'm sorry. But anyway, Mia denies, so so she lets us know that they're co-parenting now, and that Gordon has actually moved into her building. And then she makes a joke about now she can't even do a sneaky link now. And I'm like, girl, what sneaky link are you doing? Don't you got a whole man now? You have a husband and a boyfriend. Like, who's the sneaky link? You got a sneaky link too? Well, bitch, I need to get like you, because you got them on deck, girl, okay? I can't even find a husband in these streets. You got a husband, a boyfriend, and a sneaky link? And actually, you said links with an S. So, Mia, girl, yeah, you just talk, all right? Do they trans? Okay, let me know. Good job, okay? So now, they talking. And Mia saying how she did, all she could do, and she gave her all. And Gordon is like, well, not really. He's like, you did the best you could do, but you didn't, go all the way. Basically, he was like, you were supposed to separate. You didn't separate and stay by yourself and find time for yourself. It's like you separated, you went right to the next man. So, she actually said, when he was saying that, she was like, well, it's not like I ran into the arms of somebody else. And I'm like, girl, you know what song is in my head right now? Escape. You just run to the arms of the one who you never have to worry. Go ahead, Tamika. You just run to these arms, and these two arms will keep you warm. All right, sorry, I got sidetracked right there. So basically, he's like, she's saying she didn't run to the arms of another man, and Gordon is like, but you did. That's exactly what you did. Like, girl, Mia sometimes, I think she's just so delusional, and she lies so much that sometimes lies just come out her mouth and she doesn't realize it's lies because it's like a normal everyday thing for her. Because, girl, what's going on? So first, and you talk about sneaky links and all this, and now you say, girl, bye. Mia be lying. That's what they call her, and that's the perfect name. So basically, Gordon is telling her how, she brings up how Gordon said that he doesn't want Jeremiah, who's their son, getting haircuts with other men. And she was like, I guess you're assuming Ink. She said, I'm assuming you mean him Ink. And he like, you said it. Basically, he don't want his son getting a haircut with another man. He feel like that's a fatherly son bond thing. And he doesn't want another man doing a fatherly duty with his son. And I respect that, and I get that. So now Mia's talking about, well, eventually he gonna want a DNA test. And this is what she said also, in her confessional. Did she say this in a confessional, or did she say this later on? At some point she said oh, Ink's been holding it down as well. Because one time Gordon was disappeared or he was somewhere out of town and she had to do his laundry and Ink helped him fold the clothes and all of this. And I was like, oh, look at the lovely couple. She doing her husband's laundry with her side piece. How cute. So anyway, yeah, I'm like, and Ink, what's wrong with you folding the next man's underwear and clothes like that? Child, bye. So she says basically, eventually, Ink is going to want a DNA test. Because remember, Ink thinks that Jeremiah is his son for some strange reason. Because even though last reunion, Mia said that she had not the thing that they all IUD something. She said she had some procedure, and that's how they had the baby. So I don't understand how Ink gets a part of the equation. I think he just wants to be a part of the equation. So yeah, Gordon is like, I don't need a DNA test. I know that's my son. He don't have no doubt in his mind that that's his son. Mia, on the other hand, not so much. Because she definitely was like, anything is possible, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, we should get the DNA test and, he don't have to act you, he's being respectful, whatever. So, Gordon don't want the DNA test. And I don't understand why not, because if you feel like that's your son, then why not get the 100% evidence that it is? And even if it's not to say that you're going to treat him any differently. He'll still be your son. But if there is a chance Ink is his father, I think that he has the right to know that. Ink does, and Jeremiah. That's just my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just someone giving my opinion on the show. I'm not going to give nobody's opinion on their real life. Anyway, next scene, Ashley. Hold on, wake me up when the scene is over. I don't even know why Miss Ashley is back this season, because it's like last season I think was her perfect wrap-off, send her off, like, yes, we got to know you, nothing there, goodbye, but a messiness, goodbye. But anyway, so she's meeting with her marriage counselor, her attorney. So she's basically ready for the divorce now. So honestly, when I first heard Ashley was coming back, I was disappointed, like, why is she coming back? Like, but now that she's actually acting like she's serious about this divorce, at least she has a storyline now, because she's been talking about this divorce for seasons and seasons and seasons, and it ain't never happened. So if this is really going to happen this season, then I'll watch that, and maybe this could be her last season. But if by the end of the season, baby girl, if by this time this reunion come on and you telling me you still not divorced or it's not making no progress, girl, I will start the petition to have you removed from the show next season, okay? So basically, she's like telling the attorney that, she is ready now, before she wasn't ready because she was happy where she was at and she was content. So she was like, she wasn't ready to move yet. So now that she's ready, she's like, basically, they're discussing doing some type of, what do you call that word when y'all meet up? I wrote it down. They're gonna do a mediation. Yes, they discuss doing mediation, and Ashley lets the lawyer know, when it comes to custody, I want my kids as much as possible. Pretty much, period. And also, Ashley is ready to wrap up this divorce because Ashley ready to hit these streets, okay? She was like, she got to test drive a few cars and she's ready to sit in as many driver's seats as possible. And I'm like, girl, that's right, honey, because you was dating Mr. Burns or whoever his name is from The Simpsons, honey. It's time to find you something young. You had a young boy before that, but I think that was just a little for TV thing. But anyway, so next scene, Wendy's home and she's bringing her degrees and stuff from her office home because she's, leaving her job teaching as a professor. and she is at Johns Hopkins University, I believe so. So she's, she's been ready to do this, but now she's really ready to do this. She basically says she wants to spend more time with her family, and she wants to explore other things. She got her TV show now, talk show or whatever you call that, and she's into politics and stuff. So I remember seasons ago she was talking about she was kind of tired of teaching, and her mother wasn't with it. Her mother was like, girl, you gonna teach. So she finally basically writes her resignation letter, and she sends it through on a computer saying it's effective at the end of the month. Happy Eddie comes into the room and she's like, I did it, and he's like, yay. And honestly, I could say I really like Eddie and Wendy's relationship. He seems really supportive of her. They seem really supportive of each other, and that's what I really like. So I respect their relationship. She does say how she hasn't told her mother yet, so I don't know how that's going to play out when she does tell her mother, but hopefully her mother will see she's doing other things now, and she's grown. She can do what she wants, right, Mom? But those African mothers, they don't be playing about working and all that, and they want success is everything to them. So we'll see how that plays out with Wendy. Next scene, Karen arrives at Anya by Vivian, who is her friend. She's a drugstore her friend Vivian owns. I believe Vivian has been in scenes in the past. She's well connected in Potomac from what I understand. So, she arrives and they're talking, and Karen had described her and said she knew her for a while. And I don't know if this was shade, but she was like, yeah, now she owns her very own drugstore in the local mall. And I don't know, it's something about how she said it. I was like, is she shading her friend? But then I didn't think much of it. I was like, maybe not. I'm just looking for the shade. Maybe I'm just looking for the shade. So she basically is talking to Anya. She's talking to I called the girl Anya. That's the name of her store. So they talking, and now her friend that she's been talking about earlier, Stacy, arrives. Now, Stacy is the girl that's the newbie. When Stacy comes in, she's a very beautiful woman. If you want to be honest with me, what she gives me, she favors Kenya Moore. I'm going to say that. She was giving me Kenya Moore vibes when she came in. So they talking, and they discuss an invitation that they got from Giselle for a Hatitude party. And the invitation was corny. The party sounded like it was going to be corny. So they was talking about that. Also, Stacy, she confirms that she just came back to Philly. To the DMV from Philly, because she resigned from QVC where she was working at. So now as she's saying she needed to get a dress for some type of benefit she's having, or a gala or something like that. So they're dress shopping. She's trying on dresses, and she like, where we gonna pop the champagne at? And Vivian like, girl, let's worry about the dresses first. So now she's trying on dresses. So as she go in to try on one dress, Miss Messy Karen to Vivian, where's her ring? So she's like, yeah, I noticed it's missing. Where's her rock? She got a rock, girl. So then Stacy comes out like, huh? She overheard them. So, Karen like, girl, where's your ring? So Stacy reveals that her and her husband have been separated for a year now. And that is also a big part of why she's moving back to Potomac from Philly. So she lets us know that. So I'm like, all right, girl, for the newbie. Okay, I like that when a newbie gives us, you giving us storyline in the first episode, and I'm here for that, Stacey, and you're beautiful. So I'm feeling her energy so far. They're gonna show her later, and I think I like her. But so now they're popping champagne, and as they're drinking the champagne, Stacey looks at Karen like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, do you mind that we're having a drink in front of you? Does it bother you? So, that was classic housewife. So it's Karen looking like, oh no, girl, it's not bothering me. She's like, I can't drink now. I'm not drinking right now. It's because I'm on medication. But soon I will be enjoying the libations with you. So I'm like, girl, baby steps, Karen. So that's that scene. So the next scene is Giselle arriving for the Hatitude party. I didn't catch the name of the venue because they didn't show the name. They show a name, but it was so quick. I tried to rewind it several times and catch the name, but it was a venue. So she arrives for the Hatitude party. She got hats to match the lady's personality. So basically, she's like, so Ashley arrives now, and she arrives with a bounce back basket for Karen. And in this bounce back basket, she got certain different items such as water and Uber cards, which is like, girl, you just gotta do, yes, girl, you need to be taking Ubers from now on, Miss DUI. Okay, we got you some Uber cards, so you ain't got no excuse to be getting in that car drunk no more, sis. And you know Miss Messy Ashley is gonna do something messy like that. That was like a quad move right there, a quad web move. So now they're talking about the DUI. And, you know, Giselle, she reveals that she invited Wendy. So now Jacqueline arrives. So Jacqueline is Mia's friend, who I'm like, why is she still here, girl? Because she just gives me thirsty. So Jacqueline arrives, and now after that, Mia arrives with her new friend, Jossie. And Jossie is a baddie. So she comes to Jossie. Jossie reveals that I forgot what she said she do for a living, but I know she's married to a football player who's actually on the same team, the Kansas City Chiefs, as Travis Kelce and the quarterback guy, the cute light-skinned quarterback guy, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, so she's on that same team, but I don't really know who he is. So, but, you know, Wendy asks her, you met Britney? I mean, you met Taylor Swift? And she's like, yeah, girl. So Wendy like, girl, all right, Wendy being a little droopy. So now, Wendy arrives after them. So I didn't tell y'all Wendy arrived, but Wendy arrived after Jossie and in the middle of her letting them know that her man plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe she said her man and not her husband. Don't quote me on that, okay? So now Jacqueline reveals that Karen called her. So now as she's singing that, here comes Messy Mia. Didn't you say she was drunk when she called you? So the girls is gagging like, and Jacqueline like, yeah, she did sound a little tipsy. So the girls is just gagging like, what? And Miss Wendy like, I don't want no part to this. Like, I'm not with all this. So now Karen finally arrives, last but not least. She arrives with Vivian and Stacy. So now Mia and Stacy know each other. So they went to go greet each other. Not Mia. Wendy and Stacy knew each other. So they went to greet each other. And Wendy says that she knew Stacy because they sat on like the same board a few years ago. Then they show like a picture of them together from 2018. So Stacy also reveals that she has an 8-year-old daughter. And the last time that she saw Wendy was actually pregnant with her daughter, who is now 5, and who also didn't like her bob, which I thought was cute. So now Giselle announces the drink menu. So the drinks are all named after Karen. One of them is like the Grand Dame, the Surrey County. But then she announces a non-alcoholic option for Karen. So you see Karen looking, and in her thing, mind you, she's like Giselle is always going to be messy no matter what. And mind you, earlier, I forgot to mention something earlier. When they were talking about the Hatitude party and the invitation, when they were doing dress shopping and they was talking about Giselle's invitation, Karen also said that she was kind of concerned about the night because she know how Giselle could be. And they showed the flashback of season 1 when they had the birthday dinner for Karen and Giselle was sitting in the middle in the birthday seat. So she's like, I know Giselle could be messy, so I want to see what it's going to give. So now that's what she's giving. She's got a drink menu and a non-alcoholic beverage for you, Miss DUI. So now she starts to announce how the game works, the hat game works. So she announces that everybody got a hat to fit their personality, and the girls who give attitude and give much, she got specific hats for them. I think she had some 20 hats. One of them, I think, was a taco hat. Another one was a construction hat. And some other kind of stupid hat. It was stupid looking hats, I guess, for any girl that was giving attitude. So now she gives Karen the first hat. And she gives her the Hollywood hat. Was it Hollywood? Yeah, she thought because she was Hollywood. So now after she gives her the hat, she says, the ladies have questions for you about your DUI. So Karen is like, all right, whatever. Like, she's sitting there like, all right, come on. Shoot, let's go. Get him out, get him out. So nobody really asked her questions. Jacqueline started to talk like, oh, basically like, I'm sorry, I heard about you. Are you okay? So Karen pretty much shuts it down, and then she's like, listen, right now, I just want to see who's a soldier, who's going to ride for me, and who's going to go in another direction, because I don't want no fake bitches around me. So I'm like, oh, so now everybody looking. So it's pretty much given like, either you with me and not going to ask me no questions, or you against me and you're going to ask me questions. So they all looking, and Ashley's in her thing saying, oh gosh, here go Karen. She never want to talk about nothing. I wonder how long it's going. So she asking her, like, since, it's in litigation, when can we talk about it? How long? So Karen shuts all conversation down, as she does. So now Giselle goes to assign the next hat, and she gives Ashley the cowgirl hat, I guess because she took them on a trip to Texas last year. And I'm like, girl, bye. Didn't they announce that they have a G&A event coming up, and they coming up with a new line, a G&A Fusion, which is supposed to be like a mix of G&A with Savage X by Fenty. So Wendy, of course, is shading them in the confessional like, girl, what is y'all fusing? Like, girl, bye. So, of course, Mia's going to shade them, because I'm like, girl, for real, seriously. Fusion. So now Mia gets the king hat. So Giselle says she gets the king hat because she's like a pimp, because she got like a whole man and a boyfriend, you know what I mean? So now they get to asking her questions. So Giselle asks her if she shared ink with Jacqueline yet. Because we know they supposedly had that kind of friendship where they, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. So now, when she said that, though, the way Stacey gagged, Stacey was like, oh my God, like, did she just say that? Like, I'm like, girl, Stacey, girl, you must don't watch the show, okay? Because these girls give it up. So now, here goes Mia. Oh, Ink don't play about me. And Jacqueline is like, no, I really think that he's great for her, and he really makes her happy. And, she also thinks that G and Mia was just a business relationship. This is when Mia revealed about Ink helping her with the laundry or whatever. This is the part where she revealed that, I guess trying to defend Ink, trying to say like he was holding it down with her and G. That's what she said. She was holding G down, and Ink was helping her hold him down. So pretty much. So when Jacqueline was like, oh, I think this was with G, that was a business relationship. So now Giselle is like, does G know that? So Jacqueline was like, I think they both knew what it was. And Mia was looking like, she didn't shut her up. She didn't shut it down. It was like, yeah, girl. Where's the lie? So now they looking and they gagging. So Karen is like, hold up, but you gave birth, you have kids. How you could say that's a business relationship when y'all had a whole marriage, I had kids and all that? So she's like, I'm concerned about Gordon and the way he's being treated. I don't like this, like, or whatever. She's pretty much saying, are we going to see Gordon again? And Mia like, yeah, y'all going to see Gordon again or whatever. So they start going back and forth over the whole kids thing, and Karen is saying how she don't like the fact that the kids was all in the news because last season Gordon had revealed that the kids said that they saw mommy in bed with the other man. So she was like, it's getting messy and I don't like that. So, and Mia's like, she's saying, so Mia's getting worked up now. Her voice is starting to crack. She's starting to get offended, which I can understand that you're getting mad because she's kind of coming at you as a mother right now. But I gotta say, Karen wasn't really telling no lies. Like, she was telling you the truth. She was like, the way this whole thing went. So Mia's defending herself. And she like, you don't know what I'm going through. And she says to Jacqueline, you know what I'm going through. What y'all want me to do? Like, stay in an abusive relationship? And Karen is like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just asking you. So now Miss Giselle Bryant pipes in and she's like, but Mia, not for nothing. Like, you was not protecting your kids at all costs. So, honey, why did she say that? Mia broke down and she's like, what you mean I don't be protecting my kids? My kids be going on trips, doing this and that. My kids are happy. What you mean they not protected? So it's a big thing. They going back and forth. So Wendy comes in, steps in to defend Mia. And she's like, guys, this is kind of heavy. So Mia's just, at this point, she's mad. She runs off crying. Jossie and Jacqueline ran behind to the bathroom. So she's in the bathroom, ugly, crying like, and she tells the cameraman, like, please, I don't want y'all in here, and kicks them out. And I can understand why she's broke up, because I'm a parent. So I can understand, like, if someone was to question my parenting at that point, it would trigger and it would strike a nerve. So I can understand that. But at the same time, these ladies wasn't lying. Because, Giselle saying, when Giselle said you didn't put your kids, protect them at all costs, she was like, because you shouldn't have been mixing up G and ink. You should have protected your kids from all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not for nothing, but what if your kids got to go to school and all their friends could see, oh, your mom's got a husband and a boyfriend and she was in the bed with Uncle Ink, and it's just too much. Now Ink think that you're his son. It's just a lot. So you're not protecting your kids at all costs. But like I said, I would never question anyone's parenting skills. So anyway, that's where the episode left off at. Wendy's defending Mia. She's like, as we all mothers here, and that's kind of heavy, y'all, to come at her as a mother. So that's where the episode ends off at. And I'm like, all right, it was a pretty good season premiere. I can't complain. It wasn't as good as the Orange County season premiere or the Salt Lake City season premiere, but it was a good premiere. It was a solid premiere. I'm interested. Honestly, I wasn't that excited about this season because it's like last season was like so lackluster, and it just started to get so dark that I was kind of over it. But I said, I'm going to give it a chance because they got rid of Robert. Let me stop calling that. They got rid of Robin. I kind of miss Candace, but honestly, I didn't notice she was gone. And Nneka, I'm glad she left. But I would have rather saw her stay over Ashley. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't excited about the season, but now that I'm seeing the season, I'm liking it. I'm liking the new girl, Stacey. She was the way she was gagging at that table after Giselle asked her if they share ink, and then when they was talking about the whole thing with the relationship and being in bed with another man, baby, Stacey was gagging. She was like, oh my. She was gagging. Her faces was killing me through that whole thing. Because she, I guess, is not used to being around that type of energy, baby. But, honey, you in the Real Housewives. And this is the Real Housewives of Potomac, honey. Because these ladies know how to shade. Like, with the best of them. So, I hope you're ready, girl. Strap in. Because she's giving me very much pageant, girl. I'm so nice. But, baby, you're going to have to get some tough skin up in the around these girls. Because they don't play, honey. You swimming on sharks, okay? So, let me know what you guys think about this episode. This was the season premiere. I will be reviewing all episodes. If I had to say what my favorite scene from this episode was, I guess the end when they were confronting Mia, because it got kind of heated. So, I really did enjoy that part. And I did like the part with Mia, when Karen and Giselle was talking about ink in the diner. That part was funny to me too. And another thing is, that's funny because when Giselle was driving Karen to the diner, another deer ran past their car like it did in a reenactment. And I was just like, girl, it was giving very much deja vu. Like, cue the scary music. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be reviewing next week's episode. And do please catch my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reviews. I'll be reviewing the latest episode by tomorrow. Take care. If you're watching me on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening to me on Station Head, subscribe, like, comment if you can. All right, later.